And guys, really, I'm going to follow up Jesse by saying thank you for bearing with us. Last time I think something similar happened and you guys stayed, and that's was super awesome. And yeah, I guess the guys were introducing themselves. But I'm going to do them a little bit more of justice and introducing what this show is about today. We have today 3 wonderful guests from 2 different continents, and they are finalists of this current TCO. To give a little bit more of context, TCO means Topcoder Open, in which is our annual event, our biggest, juiciest, golden event, where all the competitors dream to be at and to compete to have a chance to become a champion at the tracks. And today we have 3 finalists from a very interesting mix from 3 different tracks. We have UI design, we have first to finish, and QA. And yes, I am Luis here, known as Maestro, and I'm part of the community. I'm known also as a TCO junkie. I know a lot of stuff, a lot of stuff about TCO, which I expect to share with you today. And but let's do the honor to our wonderful guests and allow them to introduce themselves. We already had iaminfinite introducing himself a little bit while I was away, so let's give him a chance to let us know where you come from, Muhammad, where you come from, and what is it that you like to do in your country.
Yep. I prefer to call as Arifin. You can call me Arifin or iaminfinite. Yeah, I'm currently based in Medan, Indonesia. Yeah, one of the metropolitan city in Indonesia. My daily routine is just competing in Topcoder, completing tasks from PM and Copilot. So I'm a full-time competitor in design track.
Yeah, I would say full-time competitor, full-time rock star. We have had the honor. We have had. I mean, he's not doing justice to himself. We have had the honor to work together, and the pieces of work that this guy can put together in the time frame that he delivers work is amazing. He normally competes in Topcoder challenges as a full-time job, and also he does private tasks. I guess that some of you may have heard of this, but there's a private work here, and we have worked together. And it was incredible how, let's say, I asked, let's say, hey, dude, you have 2 days to deliver this type of work. We need your help trying to come up with this concept. And then like 2 hours later, he came up with like 7 pages, 10 pages of thoughts, diagrams, flows. It was mind-blowing 2 hours of work, but this guy could pull off. So yeah, just let's give him a little bit of justice. And let's go now to Victor. He's also from South America, as I am. He's from Brazil, but I will let him explain where he comes from and what is it that what he likes from his country. Tell us, Victor.
Hello, everyone. I'm Victor. I'm from Brazil. You know, right now I'm at Dubai, so different time zone. Yeah. Everybody says that. Oh, nice. Well, I'm working, so not that nice. Well, I started coding a Topcoder for fun, right? It was not really a job, and still is not a job. You know, I'm a control engineer, so that's my job. That's what I really like to do. I also like to code, but you know, it's part of my job here as a control engineer to code. And then I looked through the web for places where I could compete. This was like 10 years ago, I think, or more than that. And then I started coding. So that's how I started going for Topcoder. You know, about Brazil, you know, I think you also said there was like a question about that, right, Maestro? If I was not on computer, where would I be, right? So probably on the beach or on the couch. Yeah, that's the 2 places I most would like to be at. Yeah, those 2 for sure.
Yeah, that's awesome. And by the way, guys, his handle is Cunha Victor, which is it stands for his last name and first name. He's the current first to finish champion from TCO 20. And yeah, he said it's interesting that he's now in Dubai. While we were setting up this interview, he told me like he wasn't sure if he was going to make it because he could possibly be in was it a submarine or a ship, something like that? Like what?
Yeah, I just arrived for the shipyard, so I almost couldn't make it.
Oh yeah, I was wondering how does that software engineer come to make it working in submarines and ships and stuff? That's awesome. Yeah, and last but not the least, we have our rising star. He's nursoltan. He comes from a wonderful place, which I want him to talk to us about. I'm very curious about his homeland and what he does in there. So yeah, we have nursoltan. Can you please tell us, man, where you come from and what you like from your place?
Yeah. Hi everyone. Thanks for having me. My name is nursoltan, and I'm from Mongolia. It's a Central Asian country. Most people don't know about Mongolia. It's a kind of big country, but we have only 3 million people here. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good to know that. And Mongolia is it's one of the places that I have on my list to visit, because I'm going to exhibit here my ignorance about geography and stuff. The only thing I knew about Mongolia was one time I went out with Daniela and many friends of Topcoder in New York, and we had a wonderful thing called Mongolia beef. It was delicious, and for that reason, I said I have to visit this place to know the people who created this wonderful meal. So yeah, that's wonderful, guys, and thank you all for being here. I know that you got all guys in very tight time zones. For you, it's the night, actually, the evening, and I really appreciate that. And for everyone to know here, we have an AMA with these 3 stars here today. So AMA means Ask Me Anything. It's a place where we can ask them any questions about TCO, about their life. I don't know, what's their favorite ice cream? What does it feel like competing at TCO? And I'm here, I'm your moderator today. And I will just ask them the question that you guys asked, and I collected through a Google form. And if you didn't have a chance to ask questions in this Google form, there's a Q&A button here in Zoom where you can click it, you can write down your questions, and we will happily go and answer those. But before getting there, I'm gonna steal these gentlemen some minutes of their time to ask them a few questions, to get to know them a little bit better. And as always, I'm Infinite Man. I'm gonna start with you, designer. Yeah, I just have a very off-bound questions about your daily life, because this is something I really like to dig deep into, to get to know why people are successful at Topcoder. What makes them different from others, or what are these tricks or special things that they do in their life that makes them different? And for that, I know I'm a person of habits. I believe in habits, and I know that certainly you must have certain habits. So I would like it if you can describe us, how is a typical day in your life? What do you do on a daily basis that you think helps you to, I don't know, be good at what you are, from when you wake up until you go to bed? If you can, please.
Yeah, as I said before, I just do my best, competing, participate in every challenge I think appropriate. I have the challenge that I have experience with the company or fields. For example, if I have previous experience in a plantation or in oil company, it's more easy for me to start the challenge, start to work on the challenge instead of the research. I can skip the research phase and then jump into the design. So I prefer to participate in challenge that match my skill, my expertise.
Yeah, and by daily, do you perform any kind of habits that help you to do that? Maybe, I don't know, you wake up, you read some books, or what is it that you do daily that you think help you?
To be honest, no. I just try to manage my time with my family and Topcoder. Yeah, I think these two sides I have to manage better in my daily life.
Yeah, time management is important to be able to give time to things you need to do to perform well. And how about you, Victor? What would you say are your daily habits? I know that you travel, you live in submarines and stuff. But maybe you can pick up some good habits. I don't know that that you have in your daily life that help you be good at what you
You
are.
know, I was thinking here if there was any habit that would help me with the challenge and work whatsoever. But I think there is anything different than other people does. I start learning early
Mm.
about algorithms and programming, and then later I think I simply kept studying. And other than that, I can't say that I do anything else. I just keep studying. Well, not only programming, but I keep studying everything. So I'm not sure if there is anything really, really different for other people. So the background message is, if you want to, you just go there, study, and you achieve the same things that we have achieved or any other computers achieves. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah. There's a lot of learning involved. And do you have any particular place or things that you learn every day? How do you do it? I mean, do you decide what you want to learn and
Yeah, when you say learn, yes, we can learn from a bunch of different places, right? But
yeah.
I think that I don't choose exactly what I will learn today, of course, because when we are graduating or doing our formal courses, someone's doing that for you, right? He's saying that you need to study something. And that's the problem because most of the time we are competing, we are not doing anything that someone told us to learn.
Yeah,
we are doing something that we learned by ourselves, or because we wanted to learn that, we thought that would be nice to know about it, and we went there and we learned that. So most of the time we are learning things that no one thinks that's important to learn at that time. That I think that's something that may be different from other people.
Yeah. I agree. There are different approaches to do that, and that's what I'm trying to get. Like, what are maybe our particular ones? Maybe nursoltan, you can tell us what are your daily habits? I mean, what books you read? You watch TV shows? Anything you can tell us?
Yeah, my daily life. I don't have a specific daily routine. I used to work as a full-time developer, and I try to keep it work at 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Yeah, usually I just woke up at 9 a.m. and take my daughter to kindergarten, and they just start working until 6 p.m.
Oh yeah.
I just try to finish at least one challenge per week.
Yeah, and I think many here will relate to you with the taking your child to kindergarten and then starting to work, as many of people here have children and have to deal with family and also working and as iaminfinite mentioned, managing time and family is something is quite a challenge. Yeah, but I'm going to dig deep into this topic. But before I would like to know what you think of your journey to become a TCO finalist. I mean, how difficult or easy you think it is to become a finalist, and how was your journey for you? Let's start with you, my dear friend, iaminfinite.
I think it's depend on how you treat Topcoder. For me, I decided to step out from my comfort zone from a 9 to 5 employee to freelancer, a gig economy talent. Yeah. So for me, it's easier for me as I compete full time, and I try to focus on one track, design track, and I can choose every challenge I think appropriate for me, and just do my best, deliver submission with some of factor, and yeah, and provide a solution that have meaningful from the client.
Yeah, I think what I can grasp from it, it's that having this flexibility of, you know, having available time and you do it full time, it helps you be more available to participate in more challenges. Because I know that in design competition is tough. Nowadays, there are excellent designers from all over the place, especially from Indonesia. It's crazy the amount of great designers that you guys produce. I don't know if it's something in the water, in the soil, but it's like you throw a seed in Indonesia and you grow a designer. Like, and it's amazing. Like, the competition is tough, and yeah, I agree. You know, you must have the free time, not free time, and the available time to participate in the largest amount of challenges to grab those points. I agree with that. And how about you, Victor? What would you say? Was it easy for you? How was your journey to qualify to these two TCOs, two in a row?
Pretty much the opposite, right? I'm a part-time coder on Topcoder, so
it's a contrast here.
Last year I coded a lot on challenges, on development challenges. I also worked on them a lot, and then I got a private test that lasted like 3 or 4 months, and then I stopped competing at all. So once we were on stage 3, I think, I remember that, whoa, come on, we need to qualify, right? So yeah. you need to start picking your fights. So I started looking for the challenges, and I think I had a couple points from the beginning of the stage, and then I worked like 3 weeks in a row, getting all the challenges I could. And then I qualified. So I pretty much qualified in 3 weeks for 4, I don't remember, but was pretty tough. 3 weeks of a lot of work.
You had to dedicate a lot of time, I guess.
Yes.
During that time,
so, I mean. Yeah, during that time it was like 15 hours working per day. So
yeah.
Not that fun, right? So after that, it becomes fun, but you know, not funny during those 3 weeks.
Yeah. Well, there's an interesting contrast here about you know, choosing a time frame where you want to pick up grab all those points, and also the, you know, the lengthy, like steady pace, like iaminfinite chooses, like maybe 1 challenge per week, but you know, 1 challenge, do it nicely, adding. Yeah.
1 challenge per week would be great, because you know you get points every time, so you know exactly where you are on the stage, and you know people, right? You know your competitors, so you know if they are going to score points or not.
Yeah. And the another side of the coin is, okay, I have 3 weeks. I'm gonna do 3 or 4 challenges per week. Let's do it. That's a fun ride. It's a fun ride. Yeah, but I get it. And how about you, nursoltan? How was your journey to qualify? Is it easy? Is it hard?
Yeah, it was not easy for me. Funny thing was, I'm not a QA guy. I'm a developer guy.
Let's start with that.
Yeah.
Okay, he's a QA finalist and he's not a QA guy. Let's start with that.
Yeah, there was a series of challenges called end-to-end testing, automation testing.
Okay.
For community app. So I just focused on that series of challenge. I tried to participate every challenge of that series, and that was QA track challenges, and I was lucky enough to fit in 3rd place in TCO leaderboard.
Yeah, man, and it's awesome because you basically, I think between the 4 of us here, you are the one who joined recently, 2018, if I remember. And you're participating actually lately. Is that you are more active than when you joined, and you managed to pull off this golden shiny ticket to TCO. And did you have to learn, because you mentioned that QA wasn't your field? Did you have to learn end-to-end testing to compete?
Yes. I learned from the challenge itself. I just tried first challenge and learned from first submitter's submission, and try to improve my next challenges submission.
Wow, man, that is awesome. That is awesome.
Very challenging for me, of course.
Yeah, because I guess that you should have you must have a period of intensive learning while also competing. in this series of challenges? Like you competed, maybe you didn't win the first one, and then you had to learn from the other submissions.
Yeah, at that time, I didn't know anything about end-to-end
awesome.
testing. Yeah.
Wow, that is a very interesting journey. Learning and practicing and qualifying to TCO. You should. Well, I don't know if this is something that is interesting to you, but you should write a blog post about it. It's super interesting. This journey about, I mean, not knowing anything and then just going for it, learning in the trenches. And oh, what did I get here? Oh, I got ticket to TCO. This is amazing, man. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Upload it. Thank you.
Yeah, and yeah, Pena here says he would love to see that blog post. Pena is awesome too, by the way. He was the evangelist for AlexNet, and now he's evangelist for managing the community, doing an awesome work. Also, Rebecca says that the best part of Topcoder is very flexible around kids and family. Yes, yes. We're gonna board this topic again, Rebecca. Hang in there. And then yeah, and you know, before moving forward, just wanted to add a little bit something else about nursoltan. This is why I was surprised to see him in QA too, because he was doing a mentorship in React. I think a few months ago, he was learning React and he was doing great. Actually, he did great in there. And then when I see him in QA, I say, "What's going on? What's going on here? When we teaching him React?" Yeah, it's surprising. Glad to see the rest of the story. Yeah, and yeah, more about TCO, because you know we're here. This is November, the best month of the year for two reasons. One of them is TCO. TCO is almost all the time is in November, and second of all, my birthday was yesterday. So yeah, congratulations to me. But yeah, let's talk a little bit more about TCO and what it means. And I know that some of you have been in the finals already, so I want to ask you, what do you think are the obstacles you face when you're in the finals, and how you handle those? Let's start with you, my man, Mohammed. What do you think, Alex? I don't know, something that bothers you or is an obstacle, and how you handle that? How you handle that in a final?
Yeah, for design track, for the design championship, I think we have 3 different competition in the finals. It's different from another track, so
yeah,
it's it's a bit it makes us stress.
It's tough. It's tough.
It's tough, yeah. And you know, we compete with all of the best designer around the world, and some of them has won TCO for several times.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think the obstacles is just the TCO atmosphere when we competed in on-site event.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And especially, I think you have competed in the two. We have here 2 scenarios. One of them is on-site and one of them is virtual. And on-site, you're there on stage. There's a lot of people watching you, watching your screens, and you can hear the chattering while you're there competing. I don't know, there's like this rush, this adrenaline in your body, like you have to finish fast, and you're listening to people saying things like comments to you, oh, that design is not very good. And then you ask, would that be about me or about my competitor? And I guess that's different also. When you're virtual, this is what I heard. I mean, let's say on the comfortability of your home or wherever you're competing from, not from a submarine as we have here, Victor, but you're competing from, let's say, from your place. I guess that's a little different than competing on site. And Victor, have you had the chance to compete on site? I don't remember.
No. My first time was virtual already.
Okay, so the first time was virtual. And what would you say, by the way? What would be your obstacles or things that you think could be troublesome for the finals competing, and how you handle those?
Yeah. For first to finish, for sure, it's time, right? And you need to keep track of your competitors, because you know, if I do something that someone has submitted already,
okay,
you need to take a decision. You keep doing it or not. So you're gonna waste your time competing and you know cheering so the other guy lose the points that's a tough decision, and that's one thing that for this track is kind of difficult to decide. But I've been on other competitions in person, and it's totally different. People, as you said, people are around you and they're looking at you and making comments and talking, and noise and people going behind you, and and it's distracting, a lot of distractions. And well, for virtual, there are also distractions, right? When you're at home, not my case right now, I'm in an empty room here, but when you're at home, the dog barks, the child comes, and, a lot of things can happen.
Yeah.
But I still think in person is worse. There are more distractions and more nervousness. But I really think that my main competitor is myself. It's not a cliche phrase, you are nervous, and everyone when we start competing is nervous. So this start making you do small silly mistakes, and it ends up taking more time to do small things that you know how to do it, but you start doing this wrongly, and at some point you need to stop and come on, let's do it right. I think that's the main problem. You are by yourself, and then you need to just focus on that, and it's kind of difficult when you know that you've been watched, and also we compete a lot, and people is always scoring us our submissions. But at that moment, I felt totally different from the competition itself, the challenge itself.
Yeah, that's very interesting. The two sides of the coin. Competing from home, where you think, no, this is home, this is gonna be easy, but you can have other type of distractions. Maybe your cat jumps at your screen and it doesn't allow you to type because your cat is demanding for its attention. Cat's family. You gotta pet your cat. Or you're live on stage and then you start hearing the chattering and also it was interesting. Something that I'm gonna take the opportunity to make you a follow-up question about when you said that you have to make decisions in the tournament style, because now I realize when first to finish, I guess that you all guys receive all the problems already. I thought it was one problem at a time that you were able to see them, but now I see that you receive all the problems at a time, and everyone can start, let's say, in the first one, then another one in the second one, another competitor in the last one. And how do you decide, let's say you've been working in a problem for 5 minutes, you haven't got the result, and then you open to see who is working on them, and then you saw that 3 of them submitted. I mean, what is your criteria to decide either you continue or just stop a problem?
Well, I don't think I should really answer that question.
Oh man, yeah, that's good. That's the secret.
That's the key point, right?
Yeah, that's the secret.
That's the secret, exactly, because you look at the challenge, you look at the description, how hard is it, and you need to make an assessment. If you really think that someone completed it in 10 minutes, more or less doing this and looking at the score for each challenge, that's enough.
Yeah.
I won't tell anything more.
Yeah. But last one, and I promise I won't ask any more strategy revealing question here. But is there a way to bluff in first to finish? Like, let's say if I submit something, but it's not actually working, just to make everyone else nervous.
Yes. So it worked. I thought it happened last time because I saw one submission. I said, "Well, come on, I'm not sure." So I kept working. I kept working that because the second place also gets points. But I'm not really sure if anyone does that really, because I don't know if it can also be considered as a bad practice while competing. I don't think this is really fair. But I thought about it. Someone had done that unless time. He didn't. He submitted with probably missing parts, but it was there, the submission. But I don't think someone is doing that because it's a waste of time, actually.
Yeah. There's a fine border here between integrity and unfair competition. It's like a borderline here. Yeah, I think I know what you mean. It's like, for instance, when designers, there's this huge topic about either we are actually, as designer, solving problems and helping, or manipulating people to do what we think is best. Yeah, it's a whole actually philosophy behind this that which I don't plan to talk about here today. But yeah, that's very interesting, man. Thank you. And Nursoltan, I know that you haven't been in a final yet. This is your first final. Congratulations again.
It's my first final. Yeah.
Yeah, I know you haven't been there already, but is there anything that maybe you fear or like you have envisioned that could be an obstacle to you in your preparation for the finals?
Yeah, I have no idea what will gonna happen, but Topcoder, yeah, Topcoder recently announced the Spooky Scary Bug Hunt series.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty much preparation for me, and I saw that many bugs are duplicated, but in TCO finals, duplication of bugs have penalty.
Yeah.
So my strategy is try not to raise the duplication of bugs.
Yeah. And yeah, thank you for sharing your strategy. But I will follow Victor's advice here, like not reveal too much, so your competitors will have an edge on you. But yeah.
That's the recording.
Yeah, man, thank you. If I ever qualify again to a final, I'd do that. I won't reveal my strategy whatsoever. Yeah, that's great. And well, to finish this TCO topic, I would like to ask you guys maybe a little bit awkward question, but if you want to answer, it's okay. If no, nothing happens. But is there anyone from the competitors that you don't want to face in a final? Who would that be? Let's start with you, iaminfinite.
I think, Antong and Abidabera, these two guys is a great competitor. Yeah, I hope I hope I am in the last quarter of the competition. I think.
Yeah.
I guess did you realize that I also qualified for the F2F finals this year?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I will compare into different track in this TCO this year.
Yeah. Well, you just mentioned two persons who, between the two of them, they both add up to 7 TCO trophies out of, I think, 13, 12 for design. So yeah, these two guys are tough. Yeah, I remember TCO 19. The UI design format was face to face. iaminfinite had to face Tong in the first round, and man, that was kind of a bummer, like seeing these two champions facing each other so early. And last year as well, they had to face each other. And yeah, I can understand why these two are people who you could be wary of. How about you, Victor? You have any finalists that you would avoid competing against?
Yeah, first to finish is every time is different. People start qualifying, and then I don't know if they change the track or they don't go to the first to finish TCO again. I don't know many of the guys that are competing. For sure, there are people which
iaminfinite competing
more points than me. Yeah. That's something that I need to work out somehow.
Yeah.
He's someone that if I was competing on design, I would be really really worried.
Yeah.
Way worried. But I'm not sure if I have anyone here that I wouldn't like to compete with, but we can say that just because I won the last TCO will be fine. I probably won't be fine. I'm not working daily on this. So every time I will compete, it's a new competition, a new preparation, and you never know the outcome. Last time I thought I would be on the last place. I was not. So that was great. But we never know on the next one.
Yeah. That's a great insight there. You never know the outcome even, because I think if you qualify to TCO, it's because any of these guys has the possibility, the actual possibilities of becoming a champion. It means that any of them could become a champion, and it's a matter of, I don't know, there is a for preparation, but I don't know, something can happen in the moments that you're competing and you get distracted, or it's either I don't know, the problem is easier for someone else because he has more experience in that area. It's many things that can happen that you cannot control, and the outcome is a super random.
And you also need to be lucky, right? Because
yeah,
just I just said, the challenge may be the same thing that you have experience with. I had this lucky last competition.
Yeah. So it's things that they're very, very difficult to control, and yeah, we gotta have a little bit of luck. How about you, nursoltan? You saw your QA competitors already in the finals. Is there anyone in there that you wouldn't want to face in a final?
Yeah, in QA track, Code Jam is the best member in QA. I think he's only red coder in QA track. Yeah. He's from recently he interviewed AMA, right?
Yeah, you were there.
He will compete this year, but I have no chance.
Oh yeah. For those who don't know, Code Jam is the only red-rated QA competitor. Sorry, and last week, a few weeks ago, we had a great interview with him. Which, by the way, if you're a QA competitor and you're a finalist, you should watch that interview because he did reveal his strategy. He did reveal his strategy for working and for solving QA challenges real fast. And I can understand why he would be someone no one would want to compete against. He's a rock star too. That's amazing. And okay. Guys, I had 2 more questions for me, but I'm seeing the time here, and unfortunately I have to go already to move to the question that people asked in the form, and people is asking here too. So I don't steal more of your precious time. So I'm gonna share my screen. We're hanging there a second. Oh, I think we lost. Iaminfinite for a moment, but he should come back while I share my screen if this thing decides to work. Hang in there. I promise I won't leave again. Okay, I'm here. Okay, sharing. Okay, here's the screen. You should be able to see something that says AMA with finalists. Can you?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Let me check quickly here on Mohammed Iaminfinite to see what happened, and I'll be back with you. Let me check on Slack here. Okay, not sure what happened. I think there were a few questions addressed to him, by the way. Maybe he knew that and said, okay, I'm going to leave. No, he's back, Wait, there. So yeah, it's good that you can see the screen. And by the way, as I mentioned earlier, if you didn't have a chance, these questions that you're about to see here, these questions I collected them through a Google form throughout the week. And I put them together. I curated the list. I deleted some like what kind of repeated, and I created a curated list. But if you didn't have the chance, there's a Q&A button here. They have 2 conversation bubbles, and you click it, you type your questions, and we'll go through them after these slides, these ugly slides that I prepared. Let's come. Welcome back, Mohammed. We missed you, man. Thank you for coming back. It's okay. You know me, I have a lot of experience with that. I know what it feels like. It's okay. You did great. You came back like in 30 seconds. Last time I went like for 12 minutes and people waited, so it's okay. Okay. So some questions were addressed to specific persons in here. So I made a note here to not make sure tonight didn't forget. This is one. It's for Iaminfinite. This was Wahyu, I think is his handle. What are your technical tips on time management for researching multiple designs projects with tight deadlines? This is what he asked.
Yeah, I don't recommend you to conduct multiple researches at the same time for multiple challenges, as research is time consuming, right?
Yeah, it is.
And we only have 3 days in the first round for almost all challenges. For example, you're working on 3 challenges at the same time. It means that you have only 1 day for each of the challenge. This is very risky and will cause you to not be able to complete all of them. If you want to work on multiple challenges, I think you can pick the challenge with the field you have mastered. For instance, I think if you have previous experience in plantation, if you have previous experience in blockchain related challenge or insurance, and those are available in the pipeline, you can immediately jump into the challenge and skip the research page. So for me, if I know the challenge is match for me and no need time consuming for researching, I think I will take all of the challenge. But if the challenge is hard for me, I will compete and focus on one challenge at a time. Yeah, I think it's about time management also.
Yeah, I can see that you consider the background experience in the industry. You make it an important factor to decide if you're gonna take a shot at it. And yeah, because you know how much you will research less, and research is it's time consuming. And by the way, now that you're talking about it, I would like to make an emphasis on that, on research. It's something I have discussed a lot also with Vicky about the importance of research. That there are people who spend like 30 minutes researching, and normally when you compare the outcome of a very deep throughout research, someone who spends, let's say, 4 hours, 5 hours, even if they don't draw anything, just learning the industry, learning what it looks like, what is the audience, what are the users, what are the frustrations, and just trying to understand that, and the outcomes are normally greater, better, and end up winning prizes. So that's a great tip, man. And next one is also to you, addressed to you, is how to manage between work time and family time when we decide to work full time at home. Actually, we should make these questions for everyone. It's a good one.
Yeah, very good questions.
Yeah.
I hope, to be honest, I also want to ask this question to my field Topcoder member.
Yeah.
Okay, for me, the key is you have to force yourself to not consider Topcoder as habit-forming platform.
Yeah.
So you have to know. Yeah, you have to know when you're on, when you're off. You have to create your own holidays, make time with your family. I think you should pick the challenge you want to working on. It's about how you manage your time. Yeah, you have to. Sometimes you need to force yourself to not to compete on all challenges, but you can make it balanced.
Yeah, this is a very interesting topic, and Victor, we would also like to hear your approach on how to manage work time and family time when working at home.
Yeah, it's we are on quarantine 2 years now, so everyone tasted a bit of it, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of difficult still for me because as you already know, I'm not full time on Topcoder, but I'm full time on other jobs, and it's kind of difficult because from the last 2 years I stopped to getting the subway, going to work and coming back. So I had to figure out this last 1 year how to do it, and it still is difficult because many people, boss and other people, they don't understand that you have a family. Maybe they don't have someone at the house, but they also have a family. But maybe those people don't have someone at the house, and they are really, really, really workaholic, and messages start popping up on your cell phone. That's kind of crazy. But we need to try to at least decide that once you have worked already like 8, 9, 10 hours, it's done, and and you won't answer anyone after that. but it's difficult. It's difficult. It's not something that really easy. That's the question that everyone in the world is doing for itself, right? So it's something that's really depends on the work and family, etc.
Yeah, it's definitely a problem. I've been adding some thoughts to also, especially for people that during the pandemic had to forcibly transition to working from home, and it's a tough transition for if you're doing it from scratch, and also in a kind of in a forced way, because there's no way you can go out to the streets because there's a lockdown. And yeah, how do you decide what are your time slot where you work, your time slot where you're gonna be dedicated to your family, and making those decisions are important. And but there's the temptation also that, let's say, okay, I worked, and then you have received an email in your phone and you saw it. Okay, but this responsibility thing that you want to finish it. I mean, I'm gonna work a little bit more, and then it's 2 a.m., 3 a.m. You're still working, and it can happen. It's tough. It's tough. And how about you, Nursoltan? I know that you also work from home. Is there any advice you want to share with us?
Yeah, I just try to work on daily basis to 9 a.m. to 6 a.m. But working on freelance is difficult. But sometimes you have to work on weekends.
Yeah.
So I just try to tell my family that situation and try to explain this freelance world.
Yeah, and your daughter, she understands. How old is she, by the way, if I may ask? You mentioned you had a daughter.
Yeah, my daughter is only 2 years old.
Oh,
she's in kindergarten.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, you gotta start preparing yourself for which exact words you're gonna use when you tell her, like, hey, I'm gonna work, my dear. And yeah, that's something like this. Communication is also important, I think. And I agree with that. I mean, sometimes you have to work in the weekends, and communication is important to see. To set expectations. Like if she tells you, "Hey, Daddy, I want to see a Disney movie, Frozen," they just released it, and if you gotta say yes or no, I guess you gotta choose to explain that in a right way. Okay. Well, this question was addressed to all. This person wanted, I think it was Manonita, if I remember. Her question is, it's a good one because your guys are finalists. We have a finalist here from 2 tracks as iaminfinite. We have a finalist for QA and first to finish. How do you prepare for a final competition, iaminfinite?
Yeah, to be honest, I didn't make any special preparation. Just participate in regular challenge and some of private tasks. Yeah, I think no special preparation for the TCO.
Let's say that work is your preparation. That's it.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it. That's quite fair. That's a way of practicing. How about you, Victor? How do you prepare for first to finish final? You gotta be fast.
I usually go back to basics. That's just this, because on TCO have 15 challenges, and they are not really long, but you need to be sharp on those basics for different programming languages. So that's basically this.
Yeah, knowing the basics. I think many people would agree with that. Like, this will prevent you from making mistakes, I think, in the finals. From making silly mistakes.
Yes, just do small things really quick. That's the bottom line.
Yeah. How about you, Nursoltan? How have you been preparing yourself for the finals?
Yeah, I'm doing my preparation by competing challenges, QA challenges. Also, I'm looking up recent Finnish challenge and seeing recent bugs and try to figure out how they look at the application and try to learn from other people.
Yeah, I think it's a similar approach to iaminfinite. Working is your preparation. That's it. Yeah. That's it. Okay, let's move to the next question we have here. To iaminfinite. Well, I'm gonna give you now that I read it, I'm gonna give you a little bit more of context what this means. please tell us what is the secret behind the winning button. But there is this kind of cult thing in the design community that there's people like iaminfinite or I think it started with Universe or with iaminfinite, but this started like saying this winning button thing, like, because when they win often, they see someone winning often, they say they have a winning button. Like this is people chattering say, no, they have a win button. So yeah, basically it's like it translates like the success for winning. So man, can you please tell us what is the secret behind the winning button?
Yeah, this is a tricky question.
Yeah, it is.
So I think it's can be applied for all profession, for all role, and whatever your profession, whatever your role, whatever you do today. I think this is my secret, and I think it's in front of you, but maybe some of you miss it. I think the secret is also try to make this two person happy. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know what
okay.
I mean? Yeah, for me, it's my mom and my wife. Yeah, and when you make them happy, I think it's more easier for you to do anything daily.
Yeah, that's very deep and insightful. I mean, it says like you start with with the core of your priorities in life, which is your family, and you know, if they're happy, you have the fuel and motivation necessary to accomplish anything and anything like that. That's very deep, man. Thank you for sharing the secret. Yeah, you guys you got his answer. You can use it for anything, not just design, and I will start using it as well. We have the next one for nursoltan. How scary or not? I think it was Stark. How scary or not is it being a newbie in the finals? Yeah, you're a newbie. You've never been there before. You know what it feels like. You don't know what it could feel like. So how scary is that?
Yeah, it is not scary at all. I think the main point is just to have fun. Yeah, even if you fail at TCO, just competing with this great community member is a huge achievement.
Yeah,
it is not scary.
yeah, I agree, man. I agree. It's a great opportunity, and I'm privileged to be surrounded by such an extraordinary group of talented people. I agree with that. And we have one for Victor here. Oh, it's a question that I see a lot. What is it like becoming a champion?
Well, I can say that's amazing, right? I was there sitting on the floor of my house.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, seeing the
streaming.
Final, the streaming.
Yeah.
I was there, and then when popped up my name, I was like, oh, like, no way. Because I felt I had made so many things wrong.
Wow.
I couldn't keep all those points. Yeah. You know, when I was computing, I didn't know the competition has ended. Someone had to call me and say, hey, you finished it like 10 minutes ago and you're still coding, so you can stop now.
Oh, man.
Yes. So I didn't really expect. It was just amazing. Yes.
Oh, man.
I cannot describe it, but you know, it's a really, really good moment from my career and my professional life, for sure.
Yeah, it's a super interesting story to share. Thank you for sharing that. Like sitting on the floor and we're expecting for being like the last one, and then you go climb up the score, the leaderboard, and then you're
that's
first.
Pretty much what
It's amazing. Okay, I think we have this is the last one from the slides, and this is to all of you. Do you attend the finals thinking you can win? And what's your strategy for winning a final? Let's start with you, my friend, my dear friend, iaminfinite. This is a tough one.
Yes. So yeah, I think I'm sure I can win 2 TCO track this year. I believe it. I should. The key is you should think positive in every activities you do. And about the strategy, I think no special strategy for the final. Just do your best and make some preparation. As I said, just competing and do the preparation by working on the task or the challenge. No special strategy for this.
Yeah, we learned that working is your preparation. That's it.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah. And how about you, Victor? Do you attend the final thinking and expecting to win, or?
I never attend a challenge thinking I'm gonna win. That's I always do reverse psychology.
Yeah.
I never do that because I'm not a full-time coder. Many other people, they're awesome guys out there, and my strategy is thinking that I won't win at all, like nursoltan just said on the chat.
Yeah.
And I've been on other competitions and not only on Topcoder, and the time when I won, I was thinking that I wouldn't. So I'll keep doing it.
yeah, definitely, man. That's a great strategy. Low expectations, and then surprise yourself. Enjoy the moments.
Right, for sure.
That's it. And how about you, nursoltan? What can you tell us about that question?
Yeah, I'm not thinking I'm going to win, as I mentioned in the chat. But yeah, in my strategy is just try to find as many bugs as possible and try to avoid bug duplication. That is my strategy.
Yeah. We learn from it. Okay. I think, well, guys, we had the end of these slides of these questions. I'm going to stop sharing my screen, but I see you guys have been texting, and that's great. We have questions in the chat. And let's start with Tanya. Tanya asks, iaminfinite, this is for you. If you're a new designer, what would you recommend to start from scratch?
Is it refer to the tools, technical tools, I think, or?
Yeah, we can consider that. Let's narrow it down to the design tool.
Yeah, I think Topcoder currently has a program for the newbie. We can learn by doing some challenge. I think just participate in the challenge for learning. In Topcoder, we have a challenge in the pipeline that focus on learn some tools like Figma, or learn to create landing page, learn to create login page, something like that.
Something simple.
Something simple.
Yeah, I agree. And Tanya, I know, by the way, guys, Tanya just joined the community team. She's working with us. And Tanya, there's a bootcamp where we will be teaching design tools and coding tools. You can join us and have a little experience learning something new. It's going to be very simple. And by the way, someone else who is here as well. This is why this community is awesome, man. We have here Victoria Pereviki. She's a finalist, and she's also going to be the mentor of the design portion of the bootcamp. And she's going to be teaching something really simple for me, like iaminfinite is mentioning, something simple like a login form or something like that. And maybe, who knows, we'll see you competing, Tanya, in TCO 22nd. And yeah, that's great. And okay, I'm gonna keep asking the questions. Waiting here. We have Pena. He asks, how do you end up with the current tracks on Topcoder? I guess that, this is more about the journey that led you to become a designer in Topcoder, QA, and first to finish. Who wants to go first? Raise your hand. How do you end up?
Yeah, I can go first. Okay, iaminfinite.
Okay, iaminfinite wins.
I lost that first to finish one.
Yeah, you see, this is not good for your finals, Victor. What's going on, man?
That was an easy one. I go for the difficult.
Yeah. Good. All right. Yeah, you can tell us, Iaminfinite. I mean, how do you end up in your current tracks?
It's about my journey from the start to finish, right? From the start, from the so I overheard a Topcoder from when I was in college from the senior member in the university. They are Abida Vera, Fajar Mola. I just overheard their discussion about the Topcoder. Was curious to know about it. Yeah. I didn't tell them. I didn't tell them I registered at Topcoder. I just registered in 28 when I was in college, and then and then do nothing until 2012. And after 2012, I tried to compete in design in code and design challenge. But I prefer the design track. I focus on this track until now.
Oh yeah, man, that's interesting. I didn't know that Abe introduced you to talk to you about Topcoder and stuff. That's amazing. And now you're competing against each other. This is great because the ton of events from life. How about you, Victor? How do you end up first to finish in Topcoder?
You know, I do a lot of the dev challenge as well. But I noticed that on first to finish, people didn't, score too high because most of the full-time developers work on the development track. So pretty much as I am a part-time coder, I pretty much went into the idea that in order to get to the TCO, it's best to go for the first to finish a track, and that's just that. Most of the time I'm working on design challenges, but when I went to last year I qualified, then I thought that would be great to qualify again, and then I went straight to those tricks I just talked about to qualify again. But most of the time I'm at developed track, so
okay, that's cool.
That was the strategy.
Yeah, we have another hybrid in here. There are many hybrids in the community who can do.
Yeah. Cut that part from the recording.
Yeah. Let's cut it. Let's cut it out. Let's cut it out for the interview. Let's not reveal more stuff. How about you, nursoltan? What can you tell us about how you ended up here?
Yeah, actually, I'm more active on development track. So last year, there was a challenge series about end-to-end that has a QA tag on it, and I keep competing on that track, and I end up in QA finalist.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
The funny thing is, in TCO 22, I also I got first place in first round in leaderboard in QA track again.
Yeah.
At the same challenge series.
Oh man, so you already have some points for next year.
Yeah.
That's great. Maybe we'll see you again as a finalist. I mean, who knows? Maybe we'll see
next year.
Maybe we'll see you also as a finalist in development. Who knows? I've seen you competing a lot in there and doing great.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. And we have another question. Is what keeps you coming back to Topcoder? This question is again from Pena. Just want to know maybe what motivates you to come back to Topcoder, to either to compete or just to hang out or whatever it is that the reason why you come back to Topcoder all the time. Let's start with you, man. Iaminfinite. We made it clockwise. Iaminfinite, Victor, and then nursoltan.
I think the reason is the flexibility. No need to work 9 to 5. No need to commute to office. You can work anytime. You can choose the job you like. I think it's the flexibility.
Yeah, that's a good one. Very flexible. I think Rebecca, she mentioned that too. Flexibility is amazing. How about you, Victor? What keeps you coming back to Topcoder?
Yeah, that's interesting. There are times that I only want to do something different. Maybe because of the job is boring that week or something. The times when I want to do something different, I mean in life,
maybe buy something new.
Yeah.
Topcoder. Yeah. But most, flexibility is awesome for sure. But if I need to complement my salary on the month, for sure I'll come to Topcoder. That's life-saving to me. It helped me a lot in part of my life, and that was awesome. And that's why I keep coming to Topcoder, because it has helped me in I wouldn't say dark moments of my life.
Yeah, it's understandable, and there are different reasons why people come to Topcoder. Personally, that I've been working in research lately. I mean, learning from what people actually want from Topcoder and why they actually come here. There's a myriad of reasons, and of course, getting paid is one of them. Is one of the first ones. And if considering you have another full-time job, a part-time job on the side, it helps people also to making some extra money when needed. And you don't need to be like all day or all month, just when you want it, when you decide to. That's great. And how about you, nursoltan?
Yeah, I agree with iaminfinite. Topcoder has great flexibility options. Also, compensation is way better than other platforms like Upwork and Freelancer.
Don't say that.
I tried Upwork before. And one client offered $300 for a whole website.
Yeah, it can
that
happen.
is very low. Yeah, even if you are living in a third world country like Mongolia, the Topcoder compensation is way better than other jobs.
Yeah, many folks who have been interviewed here have said in the same line of reasoning about being very skeptical about Topcoder money. I think Maxine did it. CodeJam also did it. Did that when they saw the prices, they were like, "Are you kidding me? This is for real? This amount of price for this world, like $1,000, $2,000 for?" And yeah, people can be skeptical, but once they try, you can get to see what's going on. And we have the final one. It's also from Pena. Did you have previous competition experience? This is a good one because normally I could ask you, did you have experience? But he says, do you have competition experience before Topcoder? For example, in college or something like that? Or, yeah.
Who goes first?
Iaminfinite. He's the man of the first man.
To be honest, no. So Topcoder is my first platform to compete to all of talent around the world.
Yeah.
No previous competition for me.
Okay. Okay. How about you, Victor? I think you mentioned that you had some experience, right?
Yes. I competed on World Skills. It's a professional competition. At that time, I didn't make to the international competition, but I did make to the Americas competition. And I competed on industrial electronics. So we pretty much have a 5 days competition doing PCBs and creating circuits and machines and things and stuff. That's really awesome.
Yeah, sounds awesome.
It was like 3 years of my life preparing for this competition.
Wow, man, that's awesome.
That's a lot of time.
Yeah, like you were working in robotics and programming microprocessors.
That was what I wanted to work before, when I was on that area. But right now I work with process control. So kind of
similar. It has similarities. That's super interesting, man. Submarines, robots, man. What is there hiding in the pocket in there? Okay. And how about you, nursoltan? Did you have a experience in competition platforms before? You don't have to mention the names of the platform. Just
I used to compete on SRMs in high school. Yeah.
Cool.
But my rating was so low. I was green and gray rating colors. I still bad at SRMs.
Yeah.
After I graduated high school, I went to college. studying electronics engineer, and I just abandoned the SRMs and came back to Topcoder development track.
Ah, okay, cool. No, I was computing and engineering. And by the way, I just wanted to mention that I saw like you were a little bit, I mean, your face show a little bit of expression, like being like shy with your SRM scores. I just wanted to tell you, man, don't be ashamed of that. I mean, if you got like personal experience, my SRM records is like, there are two types of people in this world: people who is very good at SRMs and people who sucks at it. And I am one of them. And yeah, it's okay. I mean, there are a lot of things that to do at Topcoder. I mean, I came to Topcoder to do SRMs, but I realized I wasn't very good at it. And then yeah, there are a lot more other opportunities for you as you found in development and QA and many other people have done here in the platform. So that is great. Let me see, and let me check now the chat for more questions. We don't have questions, but we have a cool memory that Vicky wants to share with us. Yeah. I now remember why she's saying this. It's about a time she was at Topcoder Open. It's about having low expectations when you're competing. This is something Victor and nursoltan were talking about. Don't expect to win, because she says that one time in TCO 19 she was with Ravi and they both thought that they were not going to advance to the next round. So they left their laptops in their backpacks in their rooms, and so they went downstairs to the arena just to watch other people compete. But then it turned out that they were calling them to stage to compete, and they had to go back to their rooms and get their laptops and stuff because they had actually qualified. They expected not to. So yeah, that's a great memory in there. Okay, well, I think we completed all the questions. We also overly extended our time because of the initial difficulties. I apologize again for that. And yeah, I think we can consider this great interview part of now history. You guys are gonna be in the interweb for the years until if humanity disappears. But yeah, we're gonna be online. And I wanted to thank you, three of you again personally, nursoltan, and Mohammed, and Victor, for actually making space from your time, from your agenda to share with us all your wisdom and your experience. And I really appreciate it when you guys do it, because I know that it's late for you. And yeah, and it helps a lot of people. I mean, it helps the community to learn and to keep growing, and I really appreciate it. And also the attendees, our thousands of hundreds of millions of viewers live right now. Thank you so much for staying with us. And I really appreciate it. So guys, I'm gonna give you one last time so you can say goodbye. If you have anything to say, this is your time. Let's start again with iaminfinite, man. You wanna say anything before going? This is your chance. Bye to you can say hi to your children, whatever you want. Okay, yeah. Well, maybe you start, Victor, and then I will catch up with Mohammed, because I think there was something with the connection.
Okay, so I just want to say thank you, and TCO is an amazing job you guys do. I'm participating the second time, and well, I'm still a bit of learning how to compete, and I'm just wanted to be on site competing. That would be also great. But for everyone competing, I'll see you there. And I don't think because I won or you didn't won last year, you won't have a chance this year. So everyone has a chance. So let's just start practicing, and then we will go to the challenge. That's pretty much.
Yeah, that's it. How about you, nursoltan? Anything to say before we go?
Yeah, thank you for inviting me. Just see you soon on the TCO finals.
Yes, we'll see each other, man. That for sure. And how about you, iaminfinite? Anything to say and bite notes before we leave?
Yeah, yesterday is history, tomorrow is mastery, and today is gift. That's why we call it present.
Yeah.
So just do what you can do today. Do not postpone any action, postpone any task. Yeah. Do your best in every day. video live. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me. See you soon in person next TCO.
Yeah, hopefully. Let's hope for that. And thank you guys again, and wish you three of you best of luck in the finals. And for everyone here, have a great day of great rest of your day, your evening, your afternoon, and see you guys around. And remember, this is TCO November. It started already. We have more webinars coming next week. We have the bootcamp coming next week, and TCO. This is going to be very exciting. So see you all later, guys. Bye bye.